Well, this week, authorities made 2 arrests in connection to an April murder in Duluth. Duluth police announced both 34-year-old Darius Plummer and 26-year-old Camonte Cage are in custody. A warrant had been issued for their arrest shortly after 25-year-old Chantel Moose was murdered on April 12th. Now, it happened in downtown Duluth outside Spurs on 1st. Plummer allegedly stabbed Moose in the neck during an argument. She ended up dying and Plummer ran from the scene. Cage chased Plummer, allegedly hitting him with a gun and firing in his direction. Then authorities say a third suspect, Trayvon Walters, shot twice toward Cage and Plummer. Walters has not yet been arrested. And this weekend, a gathering was held in honor of the 25-year-old victim, Chantel Moose. The group met at City Hall before a car caravan drove in solidarity down First Street. Following the drive, the family members of the members of the missing and murdered Indigenous women's group put on a candlelight vigil with an honor fire for Moose. The loss of her daughter has been tough on Shauna Moose Shamley, but she's thankful for the community around her.
It helps a lot more knowing I got people with me. They mean a lot to me. They're all my family. They've been at my side since day one.
Moose Shamley also says that even though one suspect is still on the run, it brought closure to hear about the 2 arrests that have been made. The event was also served as a reminder that 31-year-old Peter Martin is still missing after being last seen at his home in the Fond du Lac Reservation. As the search continues, the family wants people to share the story.
We just want to get our families justice and bring them home.
And tune in tomorrow night at 10 to hear from leaders with the MMIR movement in our area about their commitment to helping these families.